What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to the Life to Metal. It's time for another edition of What's Spinning. Haven't done one of these What's Spinnings for my car in quite a while, frankly, because it's the middle of winter, and by the time I get off from work, it's too dark. But today, it's Saturday. It's beautiful outside. It is the last day of January, I believe, and or next last day of January, and it is 66 degrees in Albuquerque, so it's beautiful outside. And I'm spinning a new wave of traditional heavy metal band right now called Old Wolf. Just recently picked this up. Was watching a channel called The Vinyl Kaleidoscope, and he showed this little 3-song EP. Suggested checking them out, and so I did. Contacted the band and just bought the CD directly from the band. They sell it directly from their Bandcamp site, and I'm going to leave a link below in case anybody else is interested. But this is just really good stuff. We're hoping these guys keep it together. Kind of hoping that they'll record more, and this might even see a release on vinyl eventually. Old Wolf. Good stuff. So what have I been spinning in my car over the last few weeks? Got a pretty good stack here. Can't keep track of everything I played because I play music constantly in my car, but some of the stuff I played quite a bit is in this stack. First of all, with the death of Jimmy Bain, I've been spinning Rainbow Rising quite a bit. This is the remastered CD from a few years ago. Sounds fantastic in my car, cranked up. Of course, Stargazer being one of the greatest songs ever written, Ronnie James Dio being one of the best vocalists ever, and 3/5 of this band is gone. Of course, Ronnie James Dio gone, Jimmy Bain gone, and drummer Kazi Powell all gone into eternity. So, classic release, one of the greatest albums ever in my opinion. I recently showed it in my Jimmy Bain tribute video. Next up, a band that I'm kind of new to. I've had this CD for quite a while, hadn't spun it in a while, and showed LJ was showing some of their stuff, and so I decided to pull the CD out and give it another spin. This is Eloy. It's kind of and this is the early years, 72 to 75. It's kind of a progressive band. Some of this early stuff is a little more space rock kind of stuff, almost not too far off from what you might hear from like a Hawkwind. But then they start to get a little more progressive than Hawkwind ever was. Hawkwind was definitely more of a spacey, trippy kind of thing. These guys start getting more progressive, more structured than Hawkwind ever got. And they're a German band, and this is actually the only thing I own by these guys. Kind of hoping to pick up some more. Started looking around. Looks like their stuff's still pricey, but I'm going to keep an eye out for some of their stuff because I really enjoyed this album. So I'm going to look for some more on CD and vinyl. Eloy. Next up, this is a 2-on-1 CD from Faithful Breath. This is a German heavy metal band. Again, started off as a progressive band, morphed into becoming a German band, and I just think that Golden Glory is just a fantastic album. It is, it's a little warm. I'm going to put the window down a little bit. It is, yeah, it's straightforward heavy metal. This album here, Golden Glory, was actually produced by, or partially produced by Udo Dirkschneider, and what's the other guy's name? Let's see if it's written on here. Doesn't say. But anyhow, regardless, kind of has that, you know, Accept style sound, the German heavy metal, straightforward, fist pumping, headbanging heavy metal, sing along stuff, sing along, chant along choruses. Yeah, it's just, I really enjoy this, and I've had this for quite a while. Listened to it once way back when, put it on the shelf, kind of forgot about it. Stumbled across them recently online, and can't remember what song it was. I heard a song online, and I was like, ah, really, I really dig that. I should go dig that out. Sure enough, really digging on this, and now I'm looking for their stuff on vinyl as well. So, Faithful Breath. This is, I think, 84 and 85, these two albums were put out. It does say that. 84 and 85, yep. Yeah, why don't I stick a little bit of that in here so you can check it out. Take out the Old Wolf, listen to some commercials on the radio while I switch CDs here. This is, let's see what, we'll just let the first song, Don't Feel Hate. Gotta love the outfits, huh? A little Spinal Tap-ish, but Spinal Tap's fun. Like I said, very Accept-ish. Great riffing. Good stuff. I really enjoy this album. Faithful Breath. Alright, next up, another traditional
Come and raise up your hands, your hands, your hands. Don't feel hate.
Good stuff. Next up, another traditional heavy metal band. These guys are from Sweden. Always want to say Switzerland, it's Sweden. This is Wolf. This is like their 6th or 7th album, and these guys, they're a new wave of traditional heavy metal band, but these guys have been around longer than most. They kind of lead the pack, literally, Wolf Pack. Just a great band, great songs, very hooky. The last couple albums were very speedy, very fast. This one here is more mid-paced, a little darker. I love this album. I've played it probably 5, 6, 7 times in the last few weeks in my car. It's just really solid, straightforward, traditional heavy metal. This album called Devil Seed, and it's from 2011, no, 2014, so it's just a couple years old now. Next up, a little bit of blues rock. This is the Glenn Kaiser Band, that being Glenn right there. Of course, Glenn used to be in the Resurrection Band, and I'm not going to spin this one. You can find this easy enough on YouTube. This is the Glenn Kaiser Band. Name of the album is Blacktop. And I think this is fairly new too, 2003. Actually, it's 12 years old. Another new wave of traditional heavy metal band. This is an American band. This is Final Sign. And this is Hold High the Flame. Hold High the Flame, yeah. 2015 release. Wish I would have had this in 2015 because it would have made my top 20 list. This is a fantastic album. Although these guys are new wave of traditional heavy metal, some of these guys have been around for quite a while. So what you have here is vocalist Sean Pallotta from the underground cult band Oracle. Some of you might remember from the very early 80s, I'm sorry, very early 90s. Fantastic band. And he's been in several other bands since then, but Oracle was just one of my favorites. And then, of course, also you have Brian Hailstar Williams right here from October 31st. The hype sticker on here said, U.S. metal vets deliver the goods. For fans of October 31st, Hailstar, Reverend, and Exciter. And that's exactly what you get here. Just solid heavy metal, a little bit of speed metal here and there, but mostly just solid heavy metal. And that album cover is just fantastic. Front and back cover. The many souls, or whatever those are, warriors, demons coming to slay them, and of course in the back they're gone. Very good stuff. Wish I would have picked this up a little earlier. Hoping this thing gets to be released on vinyl as well, only on CD right now. Next up is, let's see what we got next from this pile of stuff here. I'm digging this Faithful Breath right now too. A little Motorhead, of course, Lemmy passing away not too long ago, and excuse me, and Filthy Phil passing away a few months before that. This album featuring, both of them still around. This is Rock and Roll. I saw the band just before this tour at the Penny Arcade in Rochester, New York, and can't remember if they played songs from this or not. So they were playing with Raven opening up. Would have been 1985, probably 86. Great show, and actually it was a life-changing show for me. Long story, I'm not going to go into it, but great show. And yeah, I just love this album. Rock and Roll, the Stone Deaf in the USA, Eat the Rich, the Wolf. Of course, then you have the prayer on here. Oh Lord, please bless these people from Motorhead. It's just a classic album, and I've been spinning quite a bit of Motorhead since the passing of Lemmy, as well as another one of my favorites, Another Perfect Day. Again, featuring Lemmy and Filthy Phil, but this one actually features Brian Robertson as well from Thin Lizzy on guitar. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. Next up we have another album from 2015 that I wish I would have picked up before I did my 2015 20 list. This is a fantastic, solid, hard rock album from Frank Dimino, formerly of Angel, of course. I don't know where these guys been for the last, 20, 30 years, but I know he has singing some stuff. I have a an album, a couple albums that he sang on over the years, but it wasn't solo stuff from him. He was just guest vocals, you know, being the guest vocalist. Whereas this one is a solo album by him, and it features some fantastic musicians on it. See, Oz Fox, of Striper fame, plays a lot of the guitar on here. I'm trying to remember who else is on here. Let's see here. There's 2 guitar players that pretty much share all the guitar work. Paul Crook, who of course Anthrax and Oz Fox from Striper. Those 2 guys do a lion's share of the guitar work on here. But there's also, let's see, who other guitar players are on here. Punky Meadows, of course, from Angel. Man, I know there were some other guitar players on. Eddie Ojeda from Twisted Sister. Pat Thrall from the Pat Travers Band. Paul Crook. Oz Fox. I know some other great guitar players on here. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's just a solid album. And there's this, oh, Ricky Medlock, that's right. Ricky Medlock from Blackfoot and Lynyrd Skynyrd also played a solo on here. This is just a really solid hard rock album. Does not sound like Angel. And a matter of fact, Frank doesn't even really sound like you remember him being that kind of high-pitched sound that he had back then. He sings it more in a mid-range, but it's very well done. Great album, solid hooks, solid guitar work, surprisingly heavy. Good album, Frank Marino. Old Habits Die Hard, 2015. All right, this next one is this one I just recently started listening to. Haven't quite gotten. I don't know. It's new to me, so I don't know that much about it. Zandelli, I believe, is the name of the band. This is the second album I have from them. Twilight on Humanity. Yeah, On Humanity from 2002. This is just power metal. Kind of has a European power metal sound, but I believe this is a U.S. band on the SPV label. Not bad. Matter of fact, thanks for breath. I guess I can stick in a couple seconds of this so you can check this out as well. Radio. There's a photo of the band right there. Kind of wonder what this guy right here is thinking about. With his hands all wrapped up, looks like he wrapped up in tape. Metal pose. Metal. So there you go, little power metal for you there, and I believe that's how you say their name, Zandelli, or I don't know, that's how it looks to me. All right, next up, another power metal band. This is features. I'm gonna forget the vocalist's name. The vocalist's name is Sean Peck. That's it. And of course, guitar player of this band, Ross the Boss, formerly of Manowar, and this is Death Dealer. Again, heavy metal, solid power metal, not flowery European keyboard-driven heavy metal. This is straightforward heavy metal, and this is very good album from 2013. These guys have a newer album out that I've got to get because I love this album. I've played it over and over again in my car. Of course, Sean Peck also sang for Cage and recently for the Dennis Sherman EP. Death Dealer. Cool artwork as well. Cool artwork on the inside and outside. All right, got one more. Oh, this is a this is a CD that's always in my car. I actually own several versions of this CD, and I bought this one specifically to keep in my car. It never leaves. This album is always in my car. One of my all-time favorite albums. One of the heaviest albums to be released in 1976. This is Aerosmith Rocks, of course. I love this album. I mean. Actually, like I said, this is always in my car, so when I usually do these What's Spinning videos, I usually leave it in there. I don't show it every time, because that would be ridiculous, but I forgot, so I grabbed it out. Hey, why not? Even when I go out car shopping, I take this with me, and this tells me whether I like the sound system in the car or not. Crank it up, man, I could just tell. And when I bought this particular car, man, I was just loving driving this car, listening to some Aerosmith Rocks, you know, Back in the Saddle, Combination, Sick as a Dog, Lick of the Promise, Home Tonight, It's a great album from these guys. They never ever got heavier than this, in my opinion. And that's it. That is quite a stack of vinyl there that I've been spinning in my car. Vinyl. Quite a stack of CDs I've been spinning in my car. And Faithful Breath. And that's it for this edition of What's Spinning. Hope you enjoyed it. God bless. Stay strong.